I'm very confident about the future of screen printing because in fact screen printing will still be there because it's in a kind of niche. I mean, it's something very special that will never be taken over by digital. For example, it's very good for glass printing, for label printing, and for plenty of little markets where we will still be there, very competitive, and in terms of quality, as good as digital. The European Eastern market is growing due to the knowledge of people, due also to the quality, because quality is now here and people are wanting to work, and so you have knowledge, you have quality, so the market is here. You just have to try to work with us and you will understand the difference. In fact, we are very flexible. We have started little by little exporting and going to many countries, and customers are very confident in us because they know we are reliable.
You can make separations in Photoshop. The process is called index separations. Now, you really have to know a lot about Photoshop to make these types of separations. I'm not very good in Photoshop. I know the basics. I sort of can, get around in it. But for me to go and do index separations in Photoshop, it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort and knowledge. But a program like Separation Studio or others on the market like Easy Art or Fast Films, they make the process really fast and accessible to people who are not such great artists like me. If you get someone like Angelo Barzai, for instance, who does this stuff all the time and is a really, really good artist, they can make some amazing things with index separations. So they're more accurate and probably better, but again, something like Separation Studio gives screen printers the ability to do this with limited experience necessary. Well, you can use it for vector separations, but it doesn't do the best job. When you use it to color separate, it always makes the image into a raster, or basically a series of dots. When you do vector images, you want them to be really sharp and clean, so made of points and lines and curves, and have a really sharp edge. But when you make images with raster, they have soft edges because they're made up of dots. So you can use it, but it's not as effective as using a real vector drawing program like Adobe Illustrator or CorelDRAW. You can use water-based inks. You just need to use a water-based ink that's high solids content and opaque. And the process is the same. You print the underbase, you flash it so it's dry to the touch, and print the remaining colors wet on wet. So the water-based ink that you choose also needs to be able to print wet on wet. They're not all able to do that. But yeah, if you have something that's high opacity and print wet on wet, it's not a problem. With silicone inks, it can be an issue. They're not really suitable for printing halftones, using really fine meshes and that type of thing. So really the plastisol, in my opinion, is the best option, and then water-based would be number 2.
Flock was very popular like 15 years before. Nowadays, Flock is getting back in fashion because the adhesive where we can connect or where the flock gets roots inside is much more professional as it was 15 years before. In this way we flocked to the screen. That means we avoid that a lot of powder will be on the garment, and therefore we can create very beautiful high density three-dimensional designs, which you can see over here.